Good afternoon all. I hope you can hear me for the second time this morning, but my name is Wendell Daniel and welcome to StreetMic, and we are coming to you live and direct from outside of the Old Bailey, and this is day 4 of the Kaba trial. And when I went live earlier on, apparently my sound had muted and it had switched off, so therefore you guys weren't getting any sound, and I hope you are going to be getting sound from me at this moment in time. So I'm just waiting for it to click up on my phone that you are actually seeing StreetMic live stream. So if you are seeing and hearing me, give me an indication, and that'll be actually good. And I can hear you. So I know you're hearing me good. So what I'm now going to do, so good afternoon, my name is Wendell Daniel and welcome to StreetMic, and we are coming to you live and direct from outside of the Old Bailey. And earlier on this morning I started to live stream when I arrived here around the 9:30 time, but my microphone had muted, but that doesn't matter. I have had the opportunity to go into the courtroom where day 4 is taking place. Lunch was at 1:05 until roughly about 2:05, but I've decided not to go back into the court, and I'll explain why and a reason. But I can assure you that the trial is going on. Witnesses are giving evidence, and I'm being very general at this moment in time. And the reason why I'm being very general, I don't want to be infringing any rules, because the trial is ongoing. Yeah. At the end, when the trial has finished, I will give you as much details as possible. But at the moment, an officer is giving evidence, and we've seen what is going on. We can hear what's going on in the courts, but there's lots of things you can't see what is going on in the court. And that's all I'm going to be saying at the moment, but I have been in there. And let me describe what it's like for me to be here. I arrived here, and when I was here on Friday, I didn't have the correct information on me to enable me to get inside. For example, I had to have ID with my address on it, and how many people actually carry information with your name and address on it, and also some form of photo ID. So unless you're actually a driver, when you got your driving license, the likelihood or possibility of you having that type of information on you is very low. And that same rule caught out so many people here at the Old Bailey, and even family of Kaba. And also, you know, I was in the court 11. That is the court I was in, and there's actually another trial taking place in court 12, where there must be 40, 50, 60 people, and they've also been delayed as well, because lots of them did not have the correct information to prove who they are. But apparently it's unusual for it to happen, but that is the rules. We have to comply with the rules, and I have been in there. But the public gallery at the Kaba trial can sit, it's in 3 rows of 11, so it can sit 33 people. But at this moment in the public gallery, there's only 6 people there in the public gallery viewing, listening to the evidence. So evidence is being heard. We've heard from an officer who was one of the first on scene. So I'm not going to go into too much detail about what was said, what wasn't said, what were the legal arguments, because at this moment in time, that is inappropriate. But the evidence is taking place, and the witnesses are being protected. But what will happen is later on this week, the trial will be opened. I want to say opened. There will be no more witnesses protected, and everyone can see exactly what is going on. But also we have seen the officer, he is in the dock, and I've seen Officer Blake, he is there, and you know, the evidence is ongoing, but my apologies for this morning. When I did start, this hair switched off. And because I haven't got my regular equipment where I will be monitoring sound, just like now, I'm assuming everything's perfect, but I don't know. And if it wasn't perfect, I know that you guys online would be telling me. So can you all hear me online? I'm assuming you can. And earlier on, I did actually put my volume up. See, I can hear. See, so hello. Brrr. So I'm not going to give you an opinion on the result. Martin Blake is innocent until proven guilty. Let the evidence point to his innocence or guilt, and let the jury decide. When that decision is made, then I will be able to report to you. But what is important is that it is likely that after this has all finished, I hope to engage with the family of Chris Kaba, because I've already had the opportunity to interview, and I'm just going to show you that I am outside of the Old Bailey, and you can see that's the Old Bailey. So I am outside of the Old Bailey. I'm not giving you BS. So I've already had the opportunity to engage with Chris Kaba's mum and Chris Kaba's dad. I had that opportunity originally when he was shot, and that was back in September 2022. And when I arrived at the court on Friday, I had the opportunity yet again to engage with Chris Kaba's mum and dad. And when the trial is over, regardless of the result, I will hopefully be engaging with the Kaba family, and you will be able to get a feel of what it has been like for a family to go through a trial. But at the moment, if you know my stuff, I try to be impartial. I try to be impartial. So I'm not giving an opinion. I have been in the court. When I went in there this morning, I took the correct accreditation. It was a very long process to get in the public gallery. It took about 45 minutes to an hour to get in. We finish here today for lunch at 1:05. We were due back at 2:05, but when I got here, there's 100 people in front of me, and there is no way I am going to be going back to put myself in that queue just to be in the court for an hour or so. But there are a number of other witnesses scheduled to give evidence during the next couple of days. And I don't want to be behind a screen while other people are giving evidence, because I want to see what is going on. And at the moment, I can't see. But also, there is someone who has been here from day one, and they have been able to see CCTV footage. They've been able to see who the judge is. They've seen who the prosecution is and who the defense is. So because we're behind a screen, and when evidence is given, if you haven't been here from day one, you don't really know who's talking. You can appreciate it's the defense, you can appreciate it's the judge, you can appreciate it's the prosecution. And we've got the names, and we've been able to work out the names because they address the judge. So, I've worked out who is who. But like I said, in the court, I'm up there. In the public gallery, there's 3 rows, 11 seats in each. We're looking down. There's a screen in front of us. On the right-hand side, we've got the dock, and in the dock there is a prison officer, and also the accused. To the left, you've got the prosecution, the defense, and all the legal team, and the judge. And directly in front, you've also got the jury. And during the course of today, we left the court on at least 3 to 4 times whilst legal argument was taking place. So we left the court 3 to 4 times whilst arguments were taking place. So, for me, it's been an education so far to come to a trial and not being able to see, but you can hear exactly what is going on. And it is an education, but I will be coming back next week, and I do intend to spend more quality time here and the week after, where hopefully a verdict will be reached, this place is going to be rammed. Apparently on Wednesday, when the case started, this whole Old Bailey Road was packed and packed and packed with hundreds of people, including the press and people in the gallery. But now, like I said, there's half a dozen people here. That shows you a lot. But so that's me doing my little report down here at the Old Bailey using my GoPro, which I messed up this morning when my sound went off. But if you are at yesterday when I was at Speaker's Corner, I felt Speaker's Corner yesterday was very important. So many things happening. And you guys in the chat, go in there and tell me, did you watch Speaker's Corner yesterday? What jumped out to you? What did you find was interesting? Because the most interesting part I found was the young lady from Manchester who alleged that she had been raped whilst in custody by police officers, and I do use the term alleged. And to me, when I heard this story, I thought, this can't be true, this can't be real. But when the young lady showed me CCTV footage that was on her phone, I was gobsmacked. I could not believe what I was seeing. But also I've been onto the young lady's Twitter page, and I've seen other information which corroborates exactly what she has said, and it seems to point to her telling the truth. And she has alleged that from the CCTV footage that has been released, 4.5 hours has gone missing, is corrupted, or whatever you want to call it. And hold on, how can 4.5 hours of footage that could prove or disprove her case, or prove or disprove the guilt of officers of the law, why has that gone missing? And that is the key. And I've asked the young lady to send me, she's spoken about, there's been reviews of the cases, there's all kind of documentation. So I've asked her to send me that documentation so I can analyze it and go through it myself. And it's my plan to make my way towards Manchester, to that same police station next Saturday. So whatever, Saturday the 19th, I think. So it's my plan to go down there to support this young lady on Saturday the 19th of October. And I've already communicated with her that it is my intention to be there at that time. So I will be speaking with her later on this afternoon to get more details specifically to do with what she has alleged, because anyone can come down to me and say StreetMic, blah 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 blah, and I get it all the time. And sometimes people are bullshitting. And give me the evidence to support what you're saying. If you've got the evidence, then we can stand shoulder to shoulder, and I can raise things on your behalf. And she says that she has the evidence. And let me say hello to a few of you in the chat. So big up to all of you in the chat. So big up, big up. So Steve Smith, great sound. Wave. Michael Stephen. Business Australia. Keep it real and truthful. Smokey G. Cookie Monster. Jay's channel. Pipsoon. Pipsoon. Michael Stephen. He says, if police cars pull you up for a stop, stop. If not, it could be a bad end. That's so true, Rasta. If they tell you to stop, make sure you stop. Pipson. T. Anything can be classed as a weapon if you use something as one. So, I am here. I'm giving you a little piece of what it's like down here at the Old Bailey. And I'm just showing you, look, we're outside of the Bailey. and not much is actually happening at this moment in time. But the trial continues. I'm going to be making my way home in a few moments, and just to let you know, on Wednesday I will be out with Mutar Woman. So myself and Mutar Woman will be going out somewhere in London, and I should be meeting her around 2 or 3 o'clock. We haven't agreed an exact time yet, but likely to be 2 or 3 o'clock. But before that, I will be going down to the House of Parliament to engage with Steve Bray, and it's going to be Prime Minister's questions. So we're going to be engaging with Steve Bray during Prime Minister's questions outside of the House on Wednesday. I normally get down there about 11 o'clock, and after that, Steve, then the Prime Minister's motorcade with the outriders normally arrive around 11:30 to 11:40. We'll see all of that, and then we can engage with Steve, and then I'll make my way to meet Mutar Woman or Shalali. But go into the chat and tell me, do you like Shalali? Be honest. Do you like Shalali at Speaker's Corner? When Shalali is away from Speaker's Corner, she is worshipping her God. She's not cussing the Prophet. She's a completely different person. It's as if when she is at Speaker's Corner, she's putting on a show. But I know that is not the real Shalini, because I see Shalini when she's away from that environment and she's behaving herself and she's preaching. I'm happy to do that for her, with her. I'm also happy to do so with any Muslim that is willing to invite me to come down to their location. I've been down previously to Shepherd's Bush, where the Dawas down there with Shamsi. I've been there. Ali Dawa said he's going to invite me, and I'm waiting. So balance. Let me see. Steve Sear says, let me read out some of your comments. John Paul says, don't believe her. What I do like, I like to think the people who follow me on YouTube have a higher intellect than others. So don't just make a rascal comment. Tell me, if you don't believe her, tell me why you don't believe her. What is the reasoning to support whatever decision you're making? So I don't believe her for these reasons. Don't say, "Me I believe she." What kind of ring ting 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 is that? And someone has said that they like the footage, and they like the sound. But normally, when I use my big cameras, I like to go to big camera. When I use my Ferrari camera, I can zoom in, zoom out, I can do all kind of things. But at the moment, it is a GoPro, but this camera is now in my armory. It's small, and it's the GoPro 13B, and it's the creative model. And it's got a battery pack and a remote control pack on the bottom of it. And the battery should be able to last for about 3-4 hours. I ordered another battery pack this morning. But I learnt the issue because on this, I like to monitor my sound, and I can't monitor sound on this. Hence the reason when I went live this morning, I didn't know there was no sound. It wasn't until I switched off and I see comments, but by then I had to go and take my equipment into a shop to go through the security, and this is the first opportunity I've actually had. But yeah, the sound is great. And do you like the StreetMic thing? So John Paul, don't forget, why do you disbelieve Mutar Woman? Angela Lacey, looking and sounding good, StreetMic. God bless you. Big up. So Jay's channel, John Wick mode then. Arthur, big up. Sean, big up StreetMic. Knight and King, a drug-drunk woman should never be taken into custody. I didn't look at the opposite to your argument. If she's not to be taken into custody, where is she to be taken to? Can you answer that question, please? I know you are of higher intellect, so where should she be taken to? Steve C. This the police take down her particulars. Thank you for your comment. LST News, I want to see the footage. So if you Google her name, but go to my channel video yesterday, go on the particulars down below, description box, find who she is, and you know, there's a lot of stuff out there. I believe her, and in law you do a legal analysis based upon the evidence that someone's coming out of their mouth. When you listen to her, she sounds convincing, she sounds believable, and it looks like she has integrity in regards to what she's saying. And I believe her, and what was really great also, she produced evidence to support what she was saying. Many people come to me and they chat, and all they do is chat, but they don't produce hard evidence. CCTV is hard evidence, and also I've asked her, she spoke about a review was taken by the IOPC, there was stuff from the mayor. I've asked her to produce all of that evidence to me, and I will be able to analyse that for myself. And also she said she's been in contact with Tommy, and I will put her in contact with Tommy definitely, so there can be collaboration. So that will be happening next Saturday. So let me look at some other. Wave, she is repetitive and boring. Knight and King says Shalini loves the donkey. Eon, eon. The Sharifs, Sharifs have said, I don't watch when you are out with her on the streets, and I hope she remains safe with her abuse of Muslim people. Sharifs, when she's out on the streets, she's not abusing. That's the difference. But I do accept, due to the abuse that is handed out at Speaker's Corner, there is a possibility that people could retaliate. I accept all of that, and I don't deny that that is a possibility. So let's see what Smokey G. Agree, Wendell, she has to put on an act at Speaker's Corner to outshine all the grief she gets. Shalini is a good woman. So that's a good comment. That's a good comment. Knight and King, yet again. Knight and King has said, I know about custody procedures. Yet again, you know what question I'm going to ask. How do you know about custody procedures? Is it because you were banged up? Because you busted the law, you broke the law, or were you once a custody officer? Why do you know custody procedures? So tell me that, Knight and King, and that will be great to know, because I know I've got great people who follow me. Steve C. I don't believe her because the police are stupid, but not stupid enough to do it in front of a camera. Let's analyse that. Yeah. I would think that someone ain't stupid enough to do something in front of a camera. So when she told me initially what had occurred, I honestly believe that that was the case. How could something as serious as this happen in front of CCTV cameras when you know that something is being filmed? But when you see what unfolded, and when you see that footage is missing, and then when you see that things have changed, it makes you wonder why. I'm not saying, and I'm being quite honest, there is zero evidence at this moment in time to demonstrate that the police are guilty of doing anything wrong. And I'm making that quite clear. They're innocent until proven guilty. Yeah, and let's carry out an analysis of the evidence. Let's find out the truth. If the young lady, Miss Iman, has lied, then she has to be held to account. If the police has done something wrong, they also have to be held to account. Someone here is telling untruths. Who is it? Is it Miss Amman or is it the Babylon? I don't know. I am going to be going to Manchester on Saturday, next Saturday, Saturday the 19th, and I'm going to be supporting Miss Amman outside of Peddleton Fed Station in Manchester. So I've told her already I'm going to be doing that. I've looked, I'll be going down night before. First class, man. I mean, I'm going to do it first class it again. You understand what I'm saying? So let's see. So Defcom UK said, Kaba thought GTA was real life. If you knew, what footage have you seen? Go and watch yesterday, or go on her X page. You will see the footage for yourself. It's on her X page. She's disclosed it. What happens? But 4.5 crucial hours are missing, and that is the key. Just before the footage went missing, 4 hours was whatever, you can see the state of dress she was in. Afterwards, you can see the state of, and she was naked. She was in the cell running around naked. I could not believe what I was seeing. And this is clear evidence that was produced, and it has been disclosed under this thing called SAR, Subject Access Request. But when you do subject access requests, not many people know about this, yeah. Anything that you will be on, that CCTV, you can do a thing under the data protection called subject access. But there are exemptions and exclusions. Quite often, I've done them many times. You know, I want to see this under this law, and they got to give it to you. But sometimes the law says that there are exemptions. We won't give it to you for these reasons, or we have to paginate or blacken or pixelate this stuff out. And sometimes that's what happened. And sometimes, I'm not saying it's happened on this occasion, if something is going to prove someone did something wrong, there is a possibility it can be altered. I'm not saying it was, I'm saying there's a possibility that it can be altered. Yeah. And Arthur says, I don't think she's lying, she definitely believes her case. Yeah. Arthur, footage is on her X. Yeah, that's correct. So you're all making comments, and the great thing is that I'm trying to engage with you guys, and you know, it is going to be interesting, but I really do look forward to going to Manchester outside of Peddleton Police Station next Saturday. But let's talk about something that I know you're going to enjoy. Some of you might dislike it, and then I'll be shutting down and closing and going back home. But Tommy Robinson, and whatever I do next Saturday, I'm going to get cussed. There's a very important event that's held October every single year that's taking place, and one of the persons who's arranging the event, I'm not talking about Tommy Robinson's one, I'm talking about a black event, and it there commemorates many people from within black and white community who's died in police custody and or been killed by the police, and that's happening on the 26th of October. Also, what's happening on the 26th of October is Tommy Robinson's Uniting the Kingdom 2, Let's Stand Up to Tyranny. So that is taking place on October the 26th, and StreetMic will be covering, I'm making it clear, I will be covering Uniting the Kingdom 2 with Tommy, and I know behind the scenes what's going on. I haven't made my mind up in what capacity I will be doing camera work specifically to do with film. What I might do, I might put a fixed live streaming camera at Whitehall to live stream the event, but from Tommy's arrival at whatever location it's going to be, and I'm not telling you, I might do what I did last time and be up close being his photographer. That's a possibility. I haven't agreed to it yet because everyone is going to be live streaming. I want to do something that is completely unique and different, and walking around with a live streaming camera with hundreds and thousands of other people isn't unique. So if I'm there being his photographer, that is something which for me is very, very useful, and I will be doing so. But it looks like I will be doing so. I might not be, but I will let you know. But that's going to be happening on the 26th of October. So make sure around 12 o'clock you're in the Whitehall area, Westminster area. There are going to be thousands and thousands of people on the streets, because if you know what's going on in relation to Tommy Robinson, you will also know that there is a possibility that on the 28th of October that Tommy is up in court, and he isn't up in court for contempt, and there is a possibility as a direct result of that he could be going in prison. So potentially 26 is the last time you're going to see Tommy as a free person. So we are raising awareness about that issues. There are serious things going on now in the community, and I have a duty to bring it to you live and direct. So put it in your diary. The 26th of October is the Tommy Robinson event in Whitehall. There's also another event taking place. There's lots of events taking place. Yeah. There is an event taking place for Black History Month, which I can't tell you about for contractual reasons, but I'm doing a big job with a corporate organisation, and unfortunately I can't disclose exactly what I'm doing, but it's an exciting job. And I'm really excited that when you do things to high standards and high levels, you get some corporate people coming out. Yeah, StreetMic, come and help us. We like your stuff. So that's going to be for me, and I'm going to be leaving here in a few moments. And I do hope you like the fact that I'm doing this from a GoPro. So big up GoPro. And tell me something, Did you like the fact yesterday that I disclosed that from the next week, Speaker's Corner, the time will reduce from 1 till 5 to 1 to 4. So I'm going to be live streaming Speaker's Corner from 1 till 4 o'clock now, reduced by an hour, because the weather's changing, and and I have warned you, when it comes to March 2025, we'll go back to 1 till 5 o'clock. But from Sunday coming is 1 till 4 p.m. So we are going to be shutting down soon. And let me see. Susan Liverhead, StreetMic, Business Australia. Shalini has no channel, and she's probably genuine in her beliefs. That is correct. She does it because she loves what she's doing. I think it's important to record what Shalini's doing, and I'm doing it for her free of charge. And people do like Shalini, but it does worry me. The things she says at Speaker's Corner. Some people love it for entertainment purposes, but it's dangerous what she's doing, and there is a possibility that people will react, and it will be a terrible outcome. And and I've told her that. You've heard me told her that. I've told her that on many occasions. There is a possibility there could be a bad reaction if she continues what she's doing. But when you see her on the streets, it's completely different. So shall I set you guys another challenge? Yeah. So I'll set you another challenge, and this is going to be a quick challenge. Every now and then I show you this mobile number. Yeah. This mobile number only works when I'm live. It doesn't work at any other stage. So 07442 780 038, 07442 780 038. Give me a ring. So give me a ring and tell me what you're doing, where you are, how you're feeling. So give me a ring. This phone only works when I'm live. I'm going to be switching it off as soon as I leave where I am now. So let's have a look, see what's going on down there. So I'm assuming that guy just got found not guilty. I'm assuming that's what's happening. So he's just come out there live and direct. So I wonder if I should go and do a StreetMic interview with him to find out why he's so happy. So I might go over there and find out why this guy's just come out of the Old Bailey and he's really happy. So one should go and do an interview with him. I see champagne being bust open. Is that anyone I know? Let's try and find out. So that's someone who's coming out the Old Bailey. I've known that he's got his prison clothes, and it seems like, I'm assuming if you're coming out the Old Bailey, you've been found not guilty, and he is a free person. That's what it looked like because the champagne got busted out. So he got busted out. So let's wait and see if that is what I'm seeing. So my name's Wendell Daniel from StreetMic. I'm now going to be going back. Hey, is that good news over there? No, is that, no, it looked good, man. I wanted to let people know there's some good news over there. You don't know? All right then. He looks happy anyway, bro. He looks happy, man. So anyway, the man looks well happy. I'm just waiting to see. Don't go nowhere yet. Trust me, don't go anywhere yet. Someone has just bust out the Old Bailey. Not burst out. Came out the Old Bailey, busting out champagne, and he's got in his hands the bag which you carry when you've only got your clothes in the bag. So I'd like to know what is happening. So that would be great to find out. So do you think I should go over there and find out and do my normal StreetMic interview? Or should I wait? If I wait for the bro to come down here, I can probably find out what's going on because I can use my natural talent. So do you want to find out why the bro was happy? Do you want to find out why he's happy? But please note, I can't just walk up to someone and what go on. You got to play it by ear, man. You got to play it cool. You got to be professional when you do certain things. You understand what I'm saying? And let me try and do my little thing, man. May I try my little thing? I'm gonna try my little thing, man. See, I'm putting on my. Well, I'm going to try. I hope this doesn't cut out, but I'm going to try. So you're now seeing me walking down, mate. See, this is what we do, man. This is what we do. So I'm going to ask the brother, what was the good news? So we know we can handle it, man. So I'm going to try and catch a little interview. Yes, bro. Can I answer? I don't. No. I'm not showing nothing. Trust me, I'm not showing nothing. Now, I was doing something over there. Yeah, I'm doing it for myself. Yeah, and I saw some good news. So I thought, let me come over here to ask, purely to ask if I can ask you what the great news is.
Who are you?
No, my name is. You never seen my stuff. My name's StreetMic. All I'm asking you, what was the good news?
You're Wendell, innit?
Yeah, I'm Wendell. So you know me?
Oh, no, not from there. Only from funerals at the church.
So the bro know me. Can I ask? I just want to know what the good.
My brother's name's Wendell as well. That's the
Oh, your
original
brother's
name.
name's Wendell?
But that church on by Hackney Downs, you do their.
Oh. So can you hear me now? I've just unmuted myself. Can you hear me now? So can you hear me? I hope you can hear me now. You should be able to. So you should be. So you should be able to hear me now. Can you hear me now? You should be able to hear me now. Can you hear me, girl? You should be hearing me. Can you hear me? Yes, 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 yes. See, these bloody things mute easy, man. You get what I'm saying? So at least I was looking at it and I saw when you say it was muted. So I'm now back. So all I'm going to tell you, because I'm going to be shutting down now, is that Tommy event, the 26th, make sure you're there. It is likely that Tommy's going to end up in prison on the 28th for contempt of court, so make sure you come out on the 26th. Make sure you use the hashtags I stand with Tommy. Make sure you come out and show your solidarity and support, because if you don't, it may be the last time you see Tommy for a few years. So that's what we're telling people. Thank you for confirming you can hear me now. So I'm now gonna shall I give you a little feel of what it's like to walk around the streets? So we just let them guys go by, and been a long day. Tomorrow I've got funerals. Tomorrow, Wednesday, Thursday. No, Tuesday I've got funerals, and Thursday and Friday. So Wednesday I'm free. So some of you guys who are watching online, what are you doing at this moment in time? Tell me. So what are you doing at this moment in time? Why are you watching me online? Why are you not out working, earning a good crust and helping the economy? So what are you doing at home? Why are you watching me? So that's all I'm going to say. Why are you at home? Why are you watching StreetMic? So we're now heading down towards the train station, which is just down the road. So we'll be back. Thanks a lot, Raya. Thanks a lot. So we'll be back tomorrow. No, next week sometime with a Chris Kaba case. So do you want me to walk around for a little bit until I enter the train station? So what are you doing now? So look at the Marcus Garvey Centre. So the Sharif is asking me about Marcus Garvey event on the 26th. So look at the Marcus Garvey Centre, and the event is taking place, and I'm covering the Tommy event, hence the reason I won't be doing it. John Paul is waiting for a haircut. Yeah, whatever. Someone has said, you're not in sync with your voice. That's nothing to do with me. Arthur, can you be my solicitor? No, I cannot. So I think I've got to turn right here. But in a few moments, I'm going to be saying goodbye. So, GJ Hasler, doing work, watching you on the side. Lisa Austin, been to work, you cheeky git. Brrr. Hold on, that's the first time I'm doing a brother. Is your case over now?
No, it's just starting. Tomorrow's going to be the first trial.
Oh, tomorrow's the first trial. And your one is a murder trial, isn't it? Yeah? Oh, are you family or friend? Your son? Oh my condolences. I won't discuss the details now because the court case is ongoing, but I can just imagine what it's like to lose your son. Yeah. But because it's ongoing, the case has started, I won't, because you can prejudice in the outcome of a trial. Thanks a lot, bro, yeah? So the gentleman who I just spoke to, I saw him in the other court, and he said, and that's a murder trial, and he said that the murder involves his son. So that's ended the conversation, so I don't want to be accused of yeah, Disney account, poor man. Brother, trust me, man. But we're at the Old Bailey. You can have a final looks before I close down. But have you enjoyed the engagement with me via GoPro? Shall I continue with my GoPro as I make my way into the station until I lose signal? Is that what you want me to do? So Business Australia said 1 AM in Sydney, time for bed. Zzz. Wow. Phil Score Rides, I think that's how you pronounce it. Do you want me to continue? And I'm going to walk down to the train station and get on the train. Bruce Davis has said yes. Phil has said yes. How many of you are going to say no, switch off and go home? Disney account, big up Carry On Wender. Oh my God. You guys are getting as bad, yeah, as Shakamoto. And Shakamoto was saying a couple of days last week, yeah, that her fans online get her to walk around doing things. See, that's a Serco van there. That van is where criminals or alleged criminals get put into. So but don't forget, it could cut out because the signal might be crap. When you're walking around on one signal, I keep going on about this, and I'm gonna piss you off and get you bored saying it, there is a high likelihood that it could cut out. But this place here is the Old Bailey. That's where the prison vans come out. So if you're going down, that's where you come to. So Peter Pan, all the best StreetMic. It's not M-I-K-E, it's M-I-C. Mic for a microphone. So I'm now going to be walking towards, I think I've actually gone the wrong bloody way, because when I come up here earlier on, I came via St Paul's, and that goes to Liverpool Street. But there's another one just down the road which takes me to, is it City Thames Link? So I could have gone City Thames Link, and that would have taken me, good afternoon, that would have taken me straight to King's Cross or Finsbury Park. So that's what I'm seeing now as we walk around the streets of London. So just imagine I can have this on whilst me and Shakamoto go to the Ritz Hotel and have a freak off. So I bet you would pay good money to watch that. True or not? So the Sharifs, I'll sort it out, don't stop worrying, man. Ring my other number, but not now. I'm off to the train station, which is about 100 yards in front of me, and then you will get. But it is going to be at the Marcus Garvey Centre, and it's that. But I thought you would have preferred the Tommy Robinson event. So why ain't you coming to central London to support Uniting the Kingdom too? That's what you should be doing. So look, we're nearly at St Paul's. That's the signal, is it good? So we're now at St Paul's. So we've now arrived at St Paul's station, and in a few moments I'll be making my way inside, going on a central line and down to Liverpool Street, then on to the London Overground lines. So Peter Pan has said, how comes you don't mention my bad grammar and bad spelling? I didn't notice it, mate.
Буду вам заранее рассказывать, что там происходит на самом деле.
Hey, do you want me to do a brrrr big up? Is that what you want me to do? Or should I go and sit down for 5 minutes and we can do a question and answer session? Do you want me to sit down for 5 minutes and we can do a question and answer session? Is that what you want? You got 30 seconds to answer yes or no. So, do you want a quick question and answer session? So, go on the YouTube chat if you want to ask me questions. So if you don't ask me questions, I'm going to shut this off and I'm going to go home. I'm going to go to see my Mutter woman. So someone has asked, where has Victor been? And that's a really good question because I don't bloody know. Because I've got Victor's number and I've been calling Victor to find out. But he doesn't answer his phone. He reads my messages, but he does not respond. So I don't know what is going on with Victor. And would you believe it, it's nearly 12 months since you last saw Hatun. The last time I can remember seeing Hatun when I checked back on my archives was the 5th of November last year. So we haven't seen Victor. The last time Victor was December, when he came to show solidarity to Hatun. So Victor hasn't been, Hatun hasn't been, and it's a shame, but if you remind me next Sunday, when I'm at Speaker's Corner, what I will do, I will give Victor a ring to see if he answers the phone. So that's a good question. So Knight and King has asked, do I get free travel? The answer to that question is yes. I was a manager for London Underground I worked for London Underground for 40 years. Of that 40 years, 30 of it was a manager. So I'm going to show you. So there's my Oyster card. It's purple, and it says on the bottom of, and it says, see the word retired. So you can see I'm retired. So yes, I get free travel throughout London, and for me it's really great because it makes it so easy to travel round from A to B, and I can do so easily. So yeah. So Kitty Bitty Crafters has said, what am I doing at Tommy's? Specifically, I got a choice. I can either live stream or be close up doing photography. And my preference, and I haven't confirmed it yet, is to be close up from the time he arrives, being his personal photographer. That's what I prefer to do, because everyone else is going to be live streaming. So you're doing nothing different or nothing unique. So that is what I haven't confirmed it yet. So that's likely what I'll be doing. So I will be a photographer yet again. So Lisa Austin has said, who would be the celebrity you would most want to interview and why? I like that question. That's a good question. A lot of people, there's probably two people. Yeah. The first one, yeah, I must admit, it has to be Ainsley Harris, because I've been told for years I look like Ainsley. I don't think I look like Ainsley. I wish I had his money, but it would be Ainsley Harris. I would love to interview Ainsley Harris. But also, we've got, and he's not a celebrity, but the guy from the Arsenal football channel. Yeah, apparently he's always got a camera and he looks like me. They say all us blacks look the same. So, and I would like to interview him. But, you know, I've had the chance to engage with so many great people over the years whilst being on the street, and I feel it's a privilege what I've been able to do. Wave has said, have you ever thought about stopping going Speaker's Corner because it was getting repetitive and boring? I'll answer that question in one word: yes. I find Speaker's Corner is boring. Hence the reason yesterday when you had the lady Miss Aman from Liverpool, it was something different. It wasn't nothing to do with religion, it was something different. The week before also you had the lady from France who had a debate with Siraj. Yeah, that was different. I like Siraj because he's a whippersnapper and he's fiery, and I believe he's going to go a long way. So I like that. But in general, it's repetitive and boring and nothing is new. I like Mutar Woman, and I like also the Messiah. And I've given them all them names because it reflects what they come across as and what they do. But in general, I believe Speaker's Corner is boring. But I decide to do it because it's really amazing that people know me around the world. I get stopped every day because of Speaker's Corner. People know you, people watch it, and people love Speaker's Corner. But it is fucking boring. And it really is. So yes, that's a great question. I'm looking for someone has said who's my favourite character at Speaker's Corner, and I've got a couple of favourite characters. Yeah, the person I dislike the most is Big Nose. Big Nose has no manners. Yeah, Big Nose. He needs to create his own channel. He needs to create his own personality. But what he does, he butts into what everyone's doing and not stupid questions. And I find he's irritating. He fucking irritates me. Yeah, because he never knows when to, hold on, the time is not right to butt in. But my favourite character, I've got two. Yeah, I love, and I think it's great, yeah, and I do like Mutar Woman. Mutar Woman makes me laugh. Yeah, and it does. I like the way she behaves at Speaker's Corner, and she's brave, she's fiery, yeah, and she's funny. If you listen to Mutar Woman, the puns she comes out with, she's a well-read woman. Yeah, you get what I'm saying? And I do like Mutar Woman. So at the moment, Mutar Woman is one of my favourites. I also like Ali Dawa, and the reason I like Ali is because he's genuine. Forget his religion. He's a genuine geezer, and I really do. I also like, and we haven't seen her for a little while, and that's the lady with red heart, the red hair. I used to call her irrational female, yeah, or rational female. And I used to call her the other lady with her girlfriend. She was good, she did something different, but she hasn't been for Speaker's Corner for a long time. It's unlikely you're likely to see her for a little while. I know why, but it's not down to me to disclose personal information. You understand what I'm saying? But, so for me, it is Mutar Woman, and it's also, like I said, Ali Dawa. I like him, but Ed and the cowboy is beginning to piss me off. The cowboy, the American, because he's getting aggressive. He stands in your way now and all kind of shit. I don't understand why he does it. I've spoken to him off the screen, and he goes, he doesn't like the way I edit and I portray him as bad and all that kind of crap. And I thought, you've never watched my stuff because I don't edit. What are you talking about? But I've seen you. No, you haven't. So, you know, that's being honest. So, business Australia. Do I love mutton vindaloo? I had some from Turnpike Lane on Saturday. I hope I've answered your question. Lisa Austin has said, you're not that old. I'm 60 years old. They say black don't crack. But if your comment is due to retirement, yeah, and I'll go back and I'll show you yet again. This is my, and it says retired. That's my purple pass, and it says retired. I've taken early retirement from London Underground. Don't forget, I worked there for 40 years, and I'm now doing something that I love at my own pace, and I get paid for it. I don't get paid for doing this, but I do get paid for the other stuff I do, which I've got other people working for me. So I feel privileged, and I really do love what I do. And yes, but can you imagine, yeah, that you choose when you retire on your own terms, and you can get up when you want, go to bed when you want, go wherever you want, and it's down to your choice. I no longer have to worry about, am I going to be late for work? Is my train station going to open up? Am I going to be done for breaching this thing called Section 12 rules on the Underground because something isn't right when the fire brigade turns up? I ain't got to worry about all that crap no more. So yes, I did take early retirement at 58. It was my plan initially to go to Barbados on retirement and settle down and just chill out and relax. Yeah, I haven't done that. I won't do that permanently, but that is something I will do. So yes, you know, I'm lucky. But I planned it this way to retire when I'm still young, not when I know people are still working in their 60s and 70s. God bless. No man, that ain't happening. That's not happening to me. So Rob has said, how old are you? What part of London were you born? I'm 60 years old. I was born in Barbados, St Michael, Carrington's village. I wasn't born in England. I was born in Barbados, and I came here in 1973. Interest videos say, do I mean Ainsley Harriott? Yes. Lisa Austin says Shalini rocks. Someone Kiki Little says, StreetMic, stop swearing please. Fuck off. So the reason I swear, one of the reasons, under normal circumstances I don't, when I demonstrate to people, yeah, that I'm not interested in monetization. If you do monetize yourself and there's swearing, then what you swearing is advertiser unfriendly. So I'm demonstrating to you by saying fuck off, I'm not interested in monetization. And when I say that, I honestly mean it, because I turn down hundreds of pounds every month because I refuse to monetize content, because people who only do this for money is changing the dynamics of what they do. I do it because out of love, not because of views. I'm going to do this today, probably get 400, 500, 600 views. Yeah, people wouldn't do that, but I'm doing something that's different. I'm going all the way to Manchester to do this thing for Miss Oman. That's going to cost me personally a couple £100. That is nothing for me. I'm not saying I'm rich and I'm not boasting, but you won't find a live streamer who would do something like that without, and she offered me to buy me my train ticket and I turned it down. I said, no, I will pay for myself because I got the capability to do so, and it will be a business expense. So that's why. Have you ever thought, this wave, have you ever thought of switching up how you do things at Speaker's Corner, maybe some innovative ideas. If you look at what I do, I'm already doing that. Disney account, I do edit, but not very often. I do not believe in the editing of footage. I believe it's corrupt practice. And when you edit, you're only putting out a particular narrative to make you look good. Listen, some of the stuff I put out can make me look stupid, but it's important that you put it out because it's real. You must not edit. Wave, good question. Can I do a live stream in Soho? The answer to that question is no. A couple of weeks ago, I did a live stream from Westminster all the way down to Trafalgar Square, Leicester Square, and I went to Soho. But you're not allowed to show nudity. And when you go in Soho, you're surrounded by nudity and you'll get a ban for doing it. Because what people don't realize, when you do something like this, there are a lot of rules and a lot of restrictions in regards to what you can and cannot do. And if you infringe, you get bans. So the answer to the question is no. Lisa Austin, you look younger than 60. I did say black don't crack. Disney account, how much is a pint in Barbados? I do not know because I do not drink alcohol. Sean has said she knows people who only do YouTube for money. My opinion of those people has changed recently. There's a person down at Speaker's Corner who I took under my wing some weeks ago, about 2 months ago, and I invited that person to join my team where I live stream professionally Monday to Friday and where he can earn money. Yeah, and I won't mention who the person is, and they decided to come along. I showed him how to do things, and then my perception of that person changed when they started doing things at Speaker's Corner via monetization, and then they started going on the streets filming things because they needed money. And what they did not know is that when you do that, you're only doing it for money. You're not doing it for the right reasons. And when you only do it for money, that means also you would clip and edit and do all kind of other things because it gets you views. When it gets you views, more views, you get money. And also, if you're advertiser friendly by not fucking swearing, you get more money. But you're not being real. You're producing a fake narrative. So that's why. So anyway, all I can say, I'm going to be making... When you do this, you're only doing it... So Bruce Davis has said, big up StreetMic was kung fu fighting and he was fast as lightning at Speaker's Corner. Everybody was kung fu fighting, yes. The Sharif said, the beer in Barbados is called Banks and it's about £3 in English money. I wouldn't know because I don't drink alcohol. You can also ask how much does Cockspur cost? That's like rum. How much does Mount Gay cost? And that's rum, so I don't know. So have you enjoyed me just sitting here for 10-15 minutes answering your questions? Would you like me to do it again via this type of thing by GoPro? Because now I've got the GoPro, even though I cuss it for being the Skoda of cars when I'm used to Ferrari, it has its advantages. One of the advantages is that you can clearly see it now, in that I can do something easy like this. I can put it down next to me and I can live stream. But when I live stream, I'm using this here and I'll show you. This is called a Netgear and it's a mobile Wi-Fi hotspot. So this is my Netgear, my mobile Wi-Fi hotspot. And this is what I live stream via. Someone come up with a thing yesterday about a personal hotspot. This is my personal hotspot that is mobile, but you can see the sheer size of it, and this can last for something like 12 hours. And when I live stream professionally, this is the type of equipment I use along with the other stuff I use. So literally, I normally have 2 of these big things on me to enable me to live stream. So if I use my professional equipment, I'm using technically 6 of these, technically 6. But just for this GoPro, I'm using 1 because it isn't difficult to live stream here today, because the red one is EE and I get a good signal EE here. But if there were tens of thousands of people around me with high buildings, then I need more networks. So that is what I do, and it's great and I love it. But have you enjoyed it today? Is it different? Do you want me to continue doing it? So Rob said he enjoyed the questions and answers. Nitty Kitty Grafters, you are funny. Clifford, unusual to hear you swear you never did at work. I always fucking swore. You never fucking heard me, mate. Big up. Disney Channel has said, what made you decide to never take a drink? I used to drink alcohol. I stopped drinking 10 years ago, and my father died of alcoholism at 59 years of age 22 years ago. And I once said to myself, and plus working on London Underground, you're controlled or governed by an alcohol and drugs policy, and you naturally don't drink as much. And I got bored with drinking alcohol, you know, and it was my New Year's resolution 10 years ago not to drink any booze. And you know, we all make these resolutions, but how many people actually stick to it? I stuck to it, and it was great, and it's worked, and it's actually amazing the amount of money it has saved me over a period of time. And sometimes it makes you realize you only ever had drunk sex, whatever that means. You get what I'm saying? So that's what made me give up. My dad was an alcoholic. He died at 59. I've now lived longer than what he has, and that was my dream. I didn't want to be going down the road where he went down, and many people have died as a diver, but that's why I gave up. And I'm so glad I did, because I don't miss it. You know, I haven't drunk 1 unit of alcohol. Can you believe that? Not 1 unit in 10 years. What was the wildest moment you have ever seen at Speaker's Corner? There are so many wild moments at Speaker's Corner, but I must admit, I love it when Victor was singing. I used to love it, yeah, with Hattoon, because when you are with Hattoon, your senses are naturally heightened, because at any stage you're going to get attacked, or Hattoon's going to get attacked, and because of the equipment I use, you have to protect it. So you was always on your guard, and I've seen so many things, but the best for me has been Victor singing, and I'm being, but it's been so many, but definitely Victor singing. I used to love Rational Female as well. When she first burst on the scenes, that was great. When Big Nose first, when people come along to do something for the first time, because it's different, it has an interest, because it's not the usual boring crap, you know? So, but Big Nose to me is boring. When I saw him, first of all, oh, this guy's interesting. But when you see the same repetitive rubbish, it gets boring, and it does. And there's one person at Speaker's Corner who intimidates me, and I'm being quite honest, yeah. And it's purely a size thing, and it's Mohammed Hijab. I like Mohammed, and him and I engage with each other all the time, but the sheer size of Mohammed I'm big, not many people are bigger than me. Muhammad towers over me, and he's about a foot wider. And when I see him, it's like, oh my God. But when I see Muhammad, I just love it as well. You get what I'm saying? Because I know he's going to engage with me. You know, I've also loved it, yeah, when, I forgot his name now, come down to Speaker's Corner. Forgot the guy, the Christian guy, who's with Tommy Robinson. What's his name? Danny something or the other, him. I like that, but after looking back how he behaved himself, yeah, Danny Tomo, I couldn't remember the name, Danny Tomo, how he behaved himself during the events in Whitehall, during the rioting stage, I lost all respect for him. Yeah, you know, but there's been many, but Victor singing and Hattoon, they are the highlights for me. So Bruce Davis been clean and sober for 24 years. Big up, big up. So leave my rights alone. He went looking for spirits, and all he found was alcohol. So Bruce loves Sprite, I love Pum Pum. Big up. So listen, thank you all for watching. I'm going to be closing down now and making my way home, but it has been amazing. And just imagine, I came out of the Old Bailey at 1 o'clock, 1:05, sorry, went got something to eat, queued up to get back in, realised it would have been a pain in the arse to go back in there, and I've now been doing this for you guys for how long now? Does it tell me? 1 hour 22 minutes. Can you believe it? But I hope I've made up for this morning when I live streamed, and when I did it with no sound, and I deleted that anyway, you get what I'm saying? But it has been good. Thank you very much for tuning in to me. Sometimes I'll watch back these things, listen and observe and learn. And do you want me to do this type of thing again? That's the last question I'm going to ask you. Do you want me to do this type of thing again? You haven't answered it yet. Do you want me or no? Yes or no? So, do you want me? Do you want me back? I'm assuming the answer is no, because there are no comments. So that means you don't want me back. So Kitty Bitty Craft has said yes. Waved has says yes. Leave my rights alone have said yes. Yes again. Yes. Yes. Yes again. I think, but you know, so I must admit, I'm going to be on the streets with Mutar Woman on Wednesday, and I know where it's going to be, but I'm not telling you at this moment in time, because potentially there could be issues. It's security issues. That's what I'm going to be saying, because it's where it's going to be. Yeah. So we're not going to advise in advance where we're going to be. Yeah. So, I will take my proper camera, and then I'll do some of this stuff as well. And when I'm making my way to wherever she is, I may do it via my little GoPro, and it's all about testing to see how things working out. Yeah. But one thing I do like about the GoPro, it's nice and easy, and you're getting a good signal. But Smokey G, big up. Clifford Holly, yes, from Lift 1 at BPK, that means Belsize Park. Always welcome in my house. Rob, big up. So listen, guys and gals, all I can say is thank you very much for watching. It has been great to entertain you. My name is Wendell Daniel from StreetMic live stream. What I like about this, what we're doing there, it's a small audience, and we can get more intimate when it's small like this, you get what I'm saying? And we can learn from each other. And potentially you guys are the guys who can tell me, StreetMic, in the future, this is what I want you to do. This is what we can test. And if we only do it with a little group, then we can develop things and move. But I got some ideas for the future. Good afternoon, how are you? Got some ideas for the future. And you may have seen me yesterday at Speaker's Corner Well, I'm getting fired up now. So StreetMic's going to start getting fired up soon. Shh, shh. Can you not see it already? So I'll be at Manor Park Cemetery tomorrow, if you know where that is. Manor Park Cemetery tomorrow. And I've got some news for you. On the 25th of October, I'll be doing a double funeral. So 2 members of the same family have died, and I'll be doing a double church service. So you'll see 2 coffins in the church and 2 coffins getting buried. So I'll be doing that live and direct on StreetMic live stream on the 25th. Is that something you want to see? Tell me that now. Is that something you would like to see? A double funeral on StreetMic live stream. So go in the chat and tell me, do you want to see a double funeral with 2 people in the same family on the same day getting funeral service together and buried in the same hole together? You've never seen it before. It's the 3rd one I've done. Do you want to see that? Go and tell me. Rob, you're so funny. Knight and King says StreetMic knows a lot of people are dying. No, I don't. Just a lot of funeral directors and churches know StreetMic. See, I don't have to advertise. Clients go into a funeral director, or they go directly into a church, and then the funeral director or church contacts me. Big up. Waif has said, come to my football tournament. My viewers would be bored by that. Sean loves rice and peas. But do you know something? There's a big industry in funerals. That's what people don't realize. And I'm glad they don't realize it, because it's niche. Niche. And niche is good. Niche is good. So Rob said, my missus used to work at Manor Park. She was at FD. You mean she was a conductor? She was a conductor. A lot of people use the word, this person is a funeral director, but they're not. They're actually, the funeral director is the person who technically owns the business. The conductor is the person who manages the funeral out on the streets. So I'm not saying that in a disrespectful way. Is that, was your wife a funeral director as the owner of the business, or did she work for someone, but in actual fact she was the conductor, but the conductors are known as the funeral directors. Smokey G has said it doesn't feel right watching funerals. And can I be quite honest, that's where cultural differences come out. Within my community, it's the norm. Within the white community, it's abnormal. So we can differentiate. Yeah, but it is changing. And can I be quite honest, in 20 years' time, it will all be like that. Because as a direct result of social media, it's all going on social media. Hence the reason you've got to be in there early, mate. Think about it. Big up. So one generation says, a friend does funeral videos, it is niche. He does the once played inside. Co-op Manor Park, I know the co-op. I did a job with the co-op last week, say no more. So co-op is that's for integrity, and co-op is the overarching organisation. So the person was the conductor. But anyway, man, I'm going home for curry goat rice and peas and curried mutton. But all I can say is thank you for watching, love you lots, and I'm gone. Goodbye. See, when I go goodbye, I've got to do it by my phone now. So what I got to do, I got to go in my app on the phone to switch it off. So I got to go in my quick app. So that's the quick app.